Good morning. When we first started filming these videos 11 weeks ago, I thought that the pandemic that had turned our lives upside down would be the toughest topic that we would discuss. Life as we knew it was changed. Offices were closed, children couldn't go to school, we were no longer going to restaurants. Everything was different. Yet I was wrong. This week's topic will be far more difficult than even the pandemic, and that is racism and the issues that have so violently touched our country during the last 10 days. I say the last 10 days because the last 10 days have been horrific, but we all know that this has been going on for way too long. And I would not be serving an achievable dream and our wonderful dreamers and families if I did not discuss this today. To our families, students, and alumni, it is very rare that I'm at a loss of words. But this has been one of the most difficult messages that I've ever tried to manifest. When I look at Mr. Floyd, I see individual faces. I see people that I love. I see young men that I have watched grow from playful children to amazing husbands and fathers. I see their amazing lives flash before my eyes. My heart bleeds. But I do tell you this: we stand for you and we stand with you. In order to do so, that means that as an organization, we must demand action and change. As I previously mentioned, this is not new. As Will Smith said, racism is not new, it's being filmed. It's in your face, it's in my face. It's on every television channel that we turn on. It is on social media. There is no way that anyone can deny seeing it. Silence is not action. It is time for all of us to take a stand and to say that we will not support these type of actions, that we will not stand for another life being lost. As I have thought about this many hours, reflected with the dreamers, alumni, staff, clergy, different people in the community, one of the things that is very apparent to me is that there are two different sides here. Racism and inequality is either a lack of understanding, a lack of knowledge, or it's hatred. We can address the lack of knowledge, and that will bring change. Hatred, there is nothing we can do to change that. What we can do is refuse to allow it and refuse to condone it. The way that we bring more knowledge to the situation is by being willing to have the hard conversations, by being willing to take a stand, by being willing to step out of the box, by being willing to really put yourself in an uncomfortable position and say, I need to know more. Is it okay if I ask you this question? Is it okay if we talk about this? And yes, it's okay if you tell me that I've said something offensive. We have to start the dialogue. Without the dialogue and the communication and understanding how raw and on the surface emotions are, we will not begin the process. For those of us who have had the privilege of never walking in the footsteps of an African American mother's struggle and pain when her son or daughter leaves the home and is not in front of her and knowing whether or not they're going to come home safe, take a moment and reflect. For those of us who have never been judged and having the privilege of never being judged by the color of our skin, take a moment and reflect. We have to begin to put ourselves in those challenging situations. Tonight, if you can go home and turn off the TV and not look at social media and allow the situation in Minneapolis to leave your mind, reflect. Because there are so many across this nation who do not have that privilege. I had two really meaningful conversations today with two alumni, Shanelo and Haikwan. Two of the best young men I know. One of the things that I wanted to get across and remind is that don't ever let a person or hatred take a piece of your soul. There is not a person in this world who deserves that. When I tell you that the two young men, among many, many other dreamers, are funny, they light up the room in everything that they do. Both of them have the most amazing lives. They're fathers. Haikwan has a little girl. Shanelo has a little boy. Haikwan, that little girl, she is going to give you a run for your money. She is so beautiful with that personality. I can already tell. Shanelo, your wife might have to beat the girls off from that handsome young man that he is going to grow up to be. But to think that the lives that they have built could be emotionally shattered right now by the injustices in this world break my heart. And if there's any message that I can send to our dreamers, do not let them touch your soul. Do not let hatred touch your soul. To our board members, our donors, and sponsors, stand with me. Come with me on this journey. I know you support our dreamers and you support our mission. But we cannot truly impact change by just doing it inside the walls of the school. I need you, we need you to come down this path with us. Stand with us and help us be a part of change. I recognize that many people watching this video will unite with me. I also know that this video may offend or make some uncomfortable. And I hope so. That was most certainly my intent today. If it makes you uncomfortable, join us. Let us bring you into this time of change. Let us embrace each other, even if it makes you uncomfortable. Even if it offends you, let's talk about it. Let's go through this together. My greatest hope is that this is the time that we will actually see change. I, for one, am not willing to accept anything else, and I hope you feel the same.